Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're anything like me, you've probably had those moments where no matter how much you clean, the clutter never seems to disappear. You spend all day tidying up only to find your space looking just as chaotic by the end of the week. Sound familiar? I used to feel so overwhelmed by the mess in my home, dishes piling up, laundry spilling out of baskets, and things just everywhere. The worst part, the constant feeling that I was cleaning but never really getting anywhere. But after many failed attempts and trial and error moments, I figured out a few simple, effective ways to stay ahead of the clutter. And today, I want to share those strategies with you. In this video, I'll walk you through 9 practical tips that will help you organize your space without feeling like you have to constantly clean. These tricks are easy to implement, and trust me, they really work. I've been using these tips for the past few months, and it's made a huge difference in my own home. Everything stayed tidy, and I haven't had to do a big cleanup in weeks. If you're someone who's constantly juggling a million things and can't spend hours tidying up, these tips will definitely help. And trust me, the first tip is something I wish I'd known years ago. Don't miss it, stick around, and let's dive right in. Let's start with the first tip, and this one really changed the way I manage my home. You know that feeling when you see something out of place, maybe a jacket on the couch or dishes piled up in the sink and think, I'll get to it later. I used to do that all the time, and guess what? Later never came. The clutter just piled up, and the more I ignored it, the more overwhelming it became. So now the moment I spot something that doesn't belong, I handle it right away. If it's something I don't need, I either throw it out, donate it, or just put it back where it belongs. It only takes a few seconds to do, but the impact is huge. For example, if I'm done reading a book and it's lying on the coffee table, I don't wait until later to put it back on the bookshelf. I immediately put it away. That little habit prevents things from building up and makes my space feel less chaotic. This might seem small, but it really works. The more I let clutter sit around, the more stressed I feel. By dealing with it as soon as I notice it, I stay in control of my space instead of letting it overwhelm me. And speaking of tackling clutter, you won't want to miss my next video where I do a major apartment reset, deep cleaning, decluttering, and organizing my very messy apartment. Trust me, if you're dealing with chaos in your space, you're going to need these next level tips. Now let's move on to the second tip, where we talk about how to organize everything based on its function so that it's easy to find and keep tidy. Let's move on to the second tip. If you've ever struggled to find what you're looking for buried under a mountain of random items, you know how frustrating it can be. I used to feel like my space was always chaotic, and part of it was because I didn't have a clear system for organizing things. I found that organizing items by their function made a huge difference. Instead of randomly tossing things into drawers or on shelves, I started grouping similar items together based on what they're used for. For example, I keep all my coffee making tools, filters, spoons, tamper, and beans together in one container. My cleaning supplies are all in one place, and my kitchen gadgets have their own space. When I need something, I know exactly where it is, and I'm not wasting time digging through piles of clutter. A great example of this is in my kitchen. I keep all my baking supplies, measuring cups, spoons, cupcake liners together in one drawer. It's so much easier now when I want to bake, and since everything is organized and easy to grab. Organizing by function doesn't just make your space look better, it makes your life easier. It saves time, reduces stress, and helps you feel in control of your home. When everything is in its place, you can focus on the important stuff instead of wasting time searching for things. Now that we've tackled organizing by function, let's dive into the third tip, sorting and storing items based on seasons, so you can keep your home organized all year round. Let's jump into the third tip, one that's been a total game changer for me, decluttering by seasons. I used to just shove everything into closets thinking I'd deal with it later, and guess what? It all built up until I couldn't find anything. When you mix winter clothes with summer stuff, it's like a never-ending cycle of digging through piles to find what you need. The solution? Organize your things by seasons. Start by storing away clothes, decorations, and other seasonal items that aren't needed right now. For example, I keep my winter coats, boots, and scarves packed away in bins during the summer. When the cold months roll back around, I swap them out for lighter, warmer weather items. This simple act of switching things in and out not only frees up space but keeps everything fresh and ready to go. For instance, I've got a few large bins under my bed where I store my off-season clothing. When I know I won't need my winter sweaters for a while, I pack them up and make room for my lighter spring and summer outfits. It's a super easy way to keep the wardrobe manageable and my closet from feeling overcrowded. This method works great for other areas of the home too. Seasonal decor like holiday items or cozy throws can take up so much space if left out year-round. I store my fall and Christmas decorations in storage bins so they're easy to access when the time comes. This way I don't have to deal with clutter that's unnecessary for the current season. Decluttering by seasons keeps things organized and ensures you're only surrounded by what you actually need and use at the time. It's like a breath of fresh air, and it takes so much pressure off when you know your space is prepared for what's ahead. Next, we'll talk about how to keep your living room tidy where things tend to pile up the quickest. Let's jump into tip 4. Now we're at tip 4, keeping your living room tidy. The living room is often the first place where clutter piles up, right? Whether it's stray books, pillows out of place, or the never-ending mess of remote controls and gadgets, it can feel like the room is constantly in need of attention. But if you handle it the right way, it doesn't have to be overwhelming. The first step is to set aside time each day for a quick tidy up. It doesn't need to be a big project, just 5 or 10 minutes to straighten pillows, pick up stray items, and wipe down surfaces. Keeping things in order makes it so much easier to maintain long term. If I see a coffee cup or a snack wrapper, I'll deal with it immediately rather than letting it sit. For example, I used to leave my throw pillows on the couch all over the place. Now after each use, I fluff them up and put them back in place, which keeps the couch looking neat without taking much time. Another simple hack is keeping a basket in the living room where you can quickly toss in any clutter magazines, toys, or miscellaneous items. That way, it's easy to keep things contained until you can give them a proper home. By spending just a few minutes each day tidying up the living room, you'll find that the space feels much more inviting and less stressful. It creates a relaxing atmosphere where you can actually enjoy spending time instead of feeling overwhelmed by the mess. Next up, let's talk about how to make the most of small spaces in your home, which can often feel cramped but are so important to organize. All right, moving on to tip 5, making the most of small spaces. If you're working with a small home or tight corners, it can feel like there's never enough space to store everything you need. But trust me, even the smallest areas can become organized and functional with just a few tricks. Start by using vertical space. Wall-mounted shelves, hooks, or over-the-door organizers can free up precious floor space and make your home feel more open. I've put up a few shelves in my kitchen and bathroom to store items I don't use every day, like extra towels or spices. This keeps everything easily accessible but out of the way. Another game changer is utilizing the space under your furniture. Under my bed, I keep a couple of storage bins with off-season clothes, shoes, and extra bedding. It's the perfect place to store things without them crowding your closet or drawers. Plus, the best part is that it's all hidden but still easy to access. Lastly, think about multifunctional furniture. My living room coffee table doubles as a storage unit where I can store blankets, remotes, or magazines. This way I don't have to worry about extra storage taking up valuable space, and it helps me keep things tidy and within reach. These simple changes make small spaces so much easier to manage. You don't have to sacrifice comfort or style to stay organized. Just use the space wisely. With your small spaces now sorted, let's move on to the next area, the kitchen. In tip 6, we'll talk about how to keep your kitchen tidy without spending hours on it. Stay tuned. Let's dive into tip 6, keeping your kitchen tidy without spending hours on it. I know how easy it is for the kitchen to turn into a clutter zone. Between dirty dishes, kitchen gadgets, and random food wrappers, it can quickly feel overwhelming. But trust me, it doesn't have to be like that. With a few easy habits, you can keep your kitchen organized and efficient without putting in too much time. The first thing I did was declutter my countertops. I realized that I didn't need everything out all the time. Things like the toaster, coffee maker, and blender are stored away in cabinets when they're not in use. That way my counters stay clear and I have more space to work when I'm preparing meals. Plus, it's so much easier to wipe down the counters when there's less stuff on them. Next, I invested in drawer organizers to keep utensils, knives, and other small kitchen tools in check. It's a small investment, but it makes a huge difference when I'm looking for something quickly. everything has its place, so I'm not digging through drawers for a spoon or a pair of tongs. Finally, I've gotten into the habit of cleaning as I go. When I'm cooking, I try to clean up small messes right away. If I'm done with a cutting board or a pan, I'll wash it while my meal is still cooking. This helps me avoid a huge pile of dishes at the end and makes cleanup so much easier. By organizing your kitchen and developing a few simple habits, you'll have a space that's not only easier to work in, but also keeps your mind at ease. No more dread about the mess. Now that we've got the kitchen under control, let's move on to tip 7. Organizing the bathroom with minimal effort. Now let's talk about tip 7, organizing and tidying up the bathroom. If you're like me, the bathroom is one of those places that can quickly turn into chaos. From toothpaste tubes to extra towels, it's easy for things to pile up. But the good news is, with just a few simple tweaks, I've found ways to keep it clean and clutter-free. First, I started organizing the products I use daily and storing them in clear labeled containers. Instead of having random things scattered around the counter, I keep my skincare items, makeup, and dental care products neatly in one spot. This makes it easy to grab what I need without adding to the clutter. For example, I use one small container to store my face wash, moisturizer, and sunscreen all in one place. If it's something I don't use every day, like extra shampoo or hairstyling products, I'll store it in the cabinet or the back of a drawer where it's out of sight but still accessible when I need it. I also go through my bathroom every few months to get rid of anything that's expired or no longer needed. It feels so much better to clear out the old products and make space for the ones I actually use. By organizing your bathroom like this, you'll be able to maintain a cleaner, more peaceful space with minimal effort. It takes just a few minutes here and there, but the results are totally worth it. With your bathroom now in shape, let's move on to tip 8, where we talk about the best cleaning tools to make tidying up a breeze. Here we are at tip 8, using the right cleaning tools to make your life so much easier. I used to dread cleaning because it always felt like a long, exhausting task. But once I switched to better tools, everything became more efficient and less overwhelming. One of my top picks is a high-quality vacuum cleaner. It might sound basic, but having one that works well on both carpets and hardwood floors cuts my cleaning time in half. I don't need to drag out a broom and mop for every mess, just a quick vacuum, and I'm done. Another game changer for me is microfiber cloth. I keep a set in each room for quick cleanups. These are way better than regular clothes because they grab and trap dust instead of just spreading it around. I use them for wiping down surfaces, dusting, and even cleaning glass. They're reusable, they dry fast, and they make the whole process feel more effective and eco-friendly. And don't get me started on mopping. Having a mop with a washable pad makes all the difference. I used to avoid mopping because it felt like such a hassle, but now I just toss the pad in the wash after each use and it's good to go. It keeps my floors clean without all the mess. Having the right tools really makes cleaning easier and faster. It's not about working harder, it's about making the job simpler and more manageable so it never feels like a big task. Now that we've got cleaning tools sorted, let's move on to tip 9, where we'll talk about creating a cleaning schedule that works for you. Now, we're at tip 9, creating a cleaning schedule that works for you. If you're like me, you know how overwhelming it can feel to look at your to-do list and see clean house at the top of it. The idea of doing everything in one day just doesn't seem realistic, and it's easy to put off because it feels like a huge task. But I found that creating a cleaning schedule has been a game changer. Instead of waiting for the house to get too messy, I break things down into smaller tasks that I can do throughout the week. This way, I don't feel stressed, and cleaning feels more like a habit than a chore. For instance, I've assigned different cleaning tasks to different days. Mondays are for vacuuming and sweeping, Tuesdays for wiping down surfaces and mirrors, Wednesdays for laundry, and so on. I don't spend more than 30 minutes to an hour each day on these tasks, and the result is that my home stays consistently clean without me having to dedicate an entire day to it. It's also helpful to keep track of when you last deep cleaned something. For example, I clean my fridge every couple of weeks, and I make sure to clean my oven or windows once a month. Having a schedule for those tasks keeps everything from piling up. By setting up a cleaning schedule, you'll find that the work becomes more manageable and doesn't feel overwhelming anymore. It helps you stay consistent and maintain a clean home without burning yourself out. So that's a wrap on the 9 simple ways I keep my space organized without feeling overwhelmed. It's all about making small, manageable changes that fit into your everyday routine. And before you know it, your home feels lighter and easier to maintain. If you're looking for ways to save time, reduce clutter, and keep your mind at ease, just take it step by step. You don't need to change everything all at once. Start with one thing and you'll feel the difference. And speaking of steps, if you're ready to take your decluttering and organizing to the next level, I've got a special video coming up where I dive deep into organizing my entire apartment. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. It's all about giving your space a reset, cleaning, decluttering, and organizing every corner so you can feel completely refreshed. If this video helped, make sure to give it a like, share it with anyone who could use these tips, and don't forget to subscribe. You deserve a home that's not only organized, but also brings peace to your daily life. So I'll see you in the next one. Let's reset together and make our spaces even better.